There's something going on, Stephen. You feel it. I feel it. People feel it all over the place. There's a tension. There's an underlying tension of something, and people just can't put their fingers on it.
Well, I think that we're watching right now the Illuminists, the global plot and plan to start World War III because, in the world of Islamic prophecy, the Muslim equivalent of their Messiah will only come back after nuclear conflagration. We're watching, if you will, the mark of the beast, the war on cash. Every day cash is bad. Take the mark. You won't be able to buy, rent, sell, or trade. That's right out of the book of Revelation.
Let's get you all chipped. Get everybody chipped.
You got it. And so now we're watching, if you will, all of the revelations that Snowden worried about and he told us about. It's interesting. The only people that call him a traitor are the ones behind the total information control of us wanting to know everything we think, do, and say and plot our every move. And if you don't basically toe the line, it's goodbye, Charlie, And this is what it's happening so fast, George. And you said something. Everybody is sensing, if you will, a film of darkness. That's the only way I can say it. It's like soot, but that soot is settling over all the country. It's not the same country. Somebody once said, well, the blue skies don't even look blue anymore. I said, well, that's because they're so chemtrailed. And how long has it taken for the average person to come to grips with chemtrails?
I know, and they're just starting to talk about that now. Of course, people who've listened to you, listened to my show, they know. They've known for years what's going on. But now the outside folks are beginning to realize something's going on. I find that fascinating.
Well, and the evidence is a preponderance of evidence, and we get into normalcy bias. We get into a convenience mindset where we can only handle that which is familiar. The minute something unfamiliar or something out of our context of control, that's when people lose it. I think what Gerald Celente said is so important. When people have nothing left to lose, they lose it. It's probably one of the most brilliant statements ever made.
Good point. Steve, I do want to ask you about a planetary thing. Just a few days ago, here in California, they have warned everybody to be on guard for a major earthquake. It has now lapsed today. Today was the last day. But something's happening there.
Yeah, I don't believe their warning to stand down is valid, and I'll tell you why. We're dealing with the perturbations of a planetary body, whether it's Nibiru, the 9th planet, 10th planet, Gabriel's fist, Lucifer's hammer, call it whatever you want, okay? But obviously the ancients knew it came around every so many thousand years, and we're right at that time. The idyllic thinking of most people in the world is that surely the governments would tell us, well, you and I believe and know that's wrong. I think the clearest sign of it, George, is all the volcanism going off, whether it's Colima, whether it's Kalaishevskoy, every place from the Kamchatka Peninsula to Kilauea in Hawaii to all of the different Philippine volcanoes, Indonesian. The one I want people to really watch is the other day there were a bunch of swarming earthquakes off the Canary Islands. Well, that's the worst place, because that's Cumbre Vieja, and when that volcanic, if you will, mountain slides into the sea, there are National Geographic specials you can watch on YouTube of an 1,800-foot tsunami coming against the East Coast. And Quayle, the volcano, Iceland called a special meeting of all their geophysicists and everything to try and get a handle on it. Quayle sits on top of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, if people want to look this up. And off of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, obviously you're dealing with the Canary Islands, and you're dealing with events in history that will be overwhelming. And so we've got, I would say this, we have a confluence of events never recorded as taking place simultaneously. It doesn't matter if you look east, west, north, or south. Something's happening everywhere, and it's all coming to a head. And I think that's the sense that's unnerving most people. You used to be able to put this into some kind of context of a sequential, A had to happen, B would follow, then C, D through the rest of the alphabet. Now they dump the whole alphabet of events taking place, and it's simply overwhelming.
They do sense it.